Hi everyone, and welcome to Flow and Restore Yoga. My name is Michelle Chua. For this practice of half vinyasa flow, half yin and restorative, and then 10 minutes of guided meditation, today we're going to be practicing sort of a yoga nidra type of lying down meditation. At the end, grab a couple of blocks, a strap, a bolster or pillow, and a blanket. And let's begin in Hero's Pose as we continue with our physical theme of spinal twists, along with hip openers. And of course, we'll touch upon all throughout the body. So you might remember that in the 8 limbs of yoga, as described by the sage Patanjali, the 3rd limb is the physical poses and movements, which are called asanas, much of what we practice here. And the 5th limb, so I'm skipping over, the 5th limb is called Pratyahara. Here's a little bit about Pratyahara, which is often defined as tuning inward. So you might remember that the first through the 8 limbs progress from connecting with the outside world, connecting with yourself, your physical body, your breath, and now tuning inward bridges the connection deeper inward towards the different stages of meditation, arriving at the 8th, which is samadhi. So Pratyahara, as written by Nischala Joy Devi in her book, The Secret Power of Yoga, she says, the external world will fail to amuse the senses as you create an extraordinary world within. Entice the senses inward by invoking a gentle light or flame, the sound of your heartbeat, the fragrance of roses, the sweetness of saliva, or a feeling of well-being. Find ways to see, hear, and feel beauty in the delicate world within. As the outward senses are calm, meditation becomes effortless. So Pratyahara is that bridge from external world to internal world, enabling us to soften into meditation. And she says, encouraging the senses to draw inward is Pratyahara. Glimpsing the inner light, the senses contentedly dwell within. We'll dive deeper into Pratyahara, especially during our guided relaxation meditation in the end. For now, let's prepare the mind, body, and breath. So as you're sitting tall, comfortably, and grounded, become aware of what sensations you're feeling in your body right now. Cultivating an attitude of friendliness and open-mindedness to what you're observing. Notice how you're feeling energetically by observing the breath as it is. Notice how you're feeling emotionally and mentally. Let the breath in through your nose a little deeper and out through your lips slowly. Even slower inhalation and long exhalation, like you're fogging a mirror. I invite you to join your hands together at your heart center, a gesture of union and gratitude. What is something you appreciate right now? As you acknowledge that, cultivating gratitude, now clarify something you'd like to focus your mind and energy on cultivating through this practice. Setting your intention or sankalpa. And then call to mind somebody that you might like to dedicate your practice to today. Maybe it's somebody that you care about, or a community, or a cause. Together, let's chant Om 3 times, a way of creating resonance as we share our practice. So inhale a little deeper. So remember to listen to your body and take the physical practice at your own pace, resting and varying postures as you may need to. Now let's continue with a breath of Ujjayi Pranayama, a technique of slowing down inhale and exhale evenly while creating a very soft whispering sound that you can listen to help stay present in the moment. That sound is created by gently narrowing or softly constricting the back of your throat. Listen to a few cycles of it and fine-tune that smooth transition between in and out breaths. See if you can keep that rhythm going through much of our physical practice of vinyasa flow as you make your way onto your hands and knees, starting to move in cat-cow pose or Betalasana. So as you breathe in, glide your torso forward and coil your chest up. As you breathe out, contract your belly, drop your head to round. Keep going at your pace for maybe 4 or 5 more cycles of breath. And when you're ready to, at the end of an exhalation, tucking your toes, lift your hips into downward facing dog. Spend a few breaths there if your body needs to move in any way. Maybe pedaling your feet in place, maybe swiveling the hips side to side, or shaking and nodding your head. As you lift your hips high and back, rotate your outer upper arms towards the ground and relax your neck. Lift the shoulders away from it. Firming in the belly, down to your heels. Now start to cultivate stillness as you land your gaze on one spot. Listening to another 2 or 3 cycles of breath. After your next exhalation, walk or lightly jump to the front of your mat in a forward fold, Uttanasana. Keep your feet apart, hips distance and parallel to each other. Bend your knees generously and reach the hands behind your back to clasp or hold a strap between the hands. Tilting your weight forward. Inhale, lift your chest, lengthening your spine parallel to the floor. Draw the shoulders back and exhale, fold, drop the head and stretch your arms further away from your lower back while lifting the shoulders away from your neck. Soften your neck, your mouth, deep breaths. Now lower your fingertips either on blocks in front of your feet or the ground itself. Press into that as you inhale, lengthen forward into half forward fold
or Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold towards your legs, again in Uttanasana. Press to your feet, inhale, sweep your arms forward, rising all the way up, saluting the sun in Urdhva Hastasana, dropping your shoulders back. Exhale, join your hands in prayer from your crown to your heart center, saluting the sun within. Sun salutation C, inhale, sweep your arms forward and roll your shoulders back and down. Exhale, bow towards your legs in Uttanasana. Lower your fingertips on the ground. Inhale, step your left knee behind you to a kneeling lunge, gaze up. As you hold your breath, step into plank pose, top of a push-up. Exhale, lower your knees, chest, then chin, hugging the elbows towards your ribs as you stick the tailbone up. Inhale, slide forward onto the ground, root your feet and coil your chest up to cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes and lift your hips back to downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot forward beside your left thumb, lower your right knee and gaze up. Exhale, step your right foot forward and bow. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up as you rise, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, join your hands down to your heart center in mountain pose, Padasana. Once more, second side, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, lower the fingertips, step right knee back, look up, Anjaneyasana. Hold your breath as you step to plank, then exhale to Ashtangasana, lowering knees, chest, then chin. Inhale, slide forward to Cobra Pose or Bhujangasana. Exhale, lift the hips to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, step right foot beside right thumb, left knee down, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, step left foot forward, Uttanasana. Rooting down, inhale, rise to Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, join your hands in Padasana. Keep your feet hips width apart and bend your knees, lean back towards your heels. Utkatasana, chair pose. Breathe in, sweep your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Press down with your fingertips and inhale, lengthen forward to Ardha Uttanasana. Step to plank or lightly jump to Chaturanga Dandasana, this time through Chaturanga. Take it to your vinyasa of Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Now keep your hips leveled in height as you inhale to raise your right leg behind you. Exhale, keep the shoulders leveled and cross the right knee to touch your left elbow in plank pose. Step your right foot forward beside your right thumb and come up high into crescent lunge, staying on the ball of your left foot. Feet hips distance apart, parallel to each other. Join your hands in prayer at your heart, and as you firm the inner left heel towards your rear wall, inhale to lengthen your torso forward, hovering it above your right thigh. Now use your right thumb and hook your right outer hip back and down, keeping your pelvis leveled as you exhale to twist to the right, maybe hooking left elbow outside right thigh or setting the left hand on the ground or a block on the left side of your front leg. As you breathe in, keep pressing back through your inner left heel and lengthening down the midline of your mat with your torso. As you breathe out, firm your outer hips towards your midline and spiral your right ribs towards the sky. Spin the left ribs towards the right wall. Tune into another 3 to 5 deep breaths. In twisting side angle pose, Harita Parshvakonasana. Look down at your right foot, lower your fingertips to frame that heel, hands on blocks of the floor. Step your left foot forward 1/3 shorter stance and spin the heel down. Square your hips evenly to face the front with legs straight, and inhale, lift your chest forward. Keep tacking the right outer hip back to level with the left. And exhale, start to hinge forward from your hips for a few breaths in pyramid pose. Parsvottanasana. Optional to go deeper into your right hamstring if you need it by lifting the ball of your right foot flexed, isometrically dragging the right heel back while lengthening your sternum forward. 3 more breaths. Set the right foot down. Inhale, lengthen your spine forward. Step to plank pose, and optional vinyasa or cat-cow. Let's meet in downward facing dog. Tune into the sound of your breath. Keep your hips leveled and inhale, raise your left leg behind you. Keep your shoulders leveled as you exhale to cross your left knee to tap your right elbow in plank. Step your left foot forward beside your left thumb. Stay in a high lunge, then inhale, rise up to crescent. Pressing your inner right heel towards your rear wall. Join your hands in prayer at your heart. Hugging in the belly, inhale, lengthen your torso forward to a diagonal. Use your left thumb and hook your left outer hip crease back and down to keep your hips leveled while you exhale to twist the same way you did on the first side. Whether you hook right elbow outside left thigh or lower the right hand on the inner side of the leg on a block or the floor. With each in-breath, lengthen through the center line of your body. With your out-breaths, firm your outer hips towards your midline and twist across your waistline. Twisting side angle pose. Parita Parsvottanasana. Last 2 breaths. Gaze at your left foot. Lower your hands to frame that heel on blocks or the floor, and step your right foot forward 1/3 shoulder stance. Bend the heel down, straighten the legs, and square your hips to face forward. Inhale, lift your chest forward. Draw your left outer hip back slightly. And then exhale, fold little by little from your hips. If you're needing to intensify the stretch in your left hamstring, lift the ball of your left foot flexed. And isometrically scissor the left heel back while lengthening your chest forward. About 3 more breaths here. This time, let's exit differently. With the left foot flat on the ground, inhale, lengthen your spine forward. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Bring your hands to your hips, point your elbows to the sky, and breathe in to slowly rise. So let's take our twisting into balance play. Standing upright for twisting hand to big toe pose. We'll start with a variation in which you keep your knee bent. So begin in mountain pose with your hands on your hips, feet together touching. Steady your breath and cultivate the feeling of balance internally before you approach the physical pose of balancing. Steady your gaze on one spot. Now as you flex your right foot, bend your right knee in front of you to the height of your right hip and level out your hips. Keep the right hip drawing down. Use your left hand to hold your outer right knee as your right thumb draws the right outer hip down. Stand a little taller by pressing the ground and lifting through the back of your skull as you breathe in. Keep your pelvis still and exhale like we did earlier. Turn your rib cage to the right. Maybe raise your right arm towards your rear wall. Optional to straighten the right leg forward as you continue to twist. by holding the outer edge of the right foot with your left hand and kicking your foot into your hand as you pull it. Keep dropping your right sitting bone towards your inner left heel. Twisting hand to big toe pose. Parita Utthita Hasta Parangushtasana. Last 2 breaths. Now looking forward, let's take it to tree. Turn out the right thigh and hug your right foot to the inside of your left ankle, calf, or thigh. Same thing, draw the right sitting bone down to level the height of your hips. Press into the ground and lift the energy up your center line, exploring any variations with your arms. Vrikshasana, tree pose. Sense the quality of your breath here. Cultivating the feeling of balance in the breath. One more deep breath in. Join your hands at your heart and exhale, step your right foot down. Pause. Let it go. Bring your hands to your hips again. Establish the balance of breathing, steady gaze, and shift your way down to your right foot. Flex your left foot as you bend the knee to the height of your left hip in front of you, dropping the left sitting bone towards your inner right heel. Cross your right hand to catch your outer left knee as your left hand presses the left outer hip down. Stand taller as you breathe in. Exhale across your waistline, twist to the left. Reaching the left arm behind you if your balance feels stable. Continue to explore the range of your twists, breath by breath. Maybe straightening the left leg, kicking the left foot into your right hand as you hold the outer foot. Draw the left sitting bone down and lift up through the center of your head. Last couple of breaths. Inhaling, look forward. Turn out the left thigh. Tree pose. Hug the sole of your left foot against your inner right leg, below or above your knee. Continue to draw your left sitting bone down towards your inner right heel and press into the ground, rebounding energy up your center line. Vrikshasana. One more deep breath. Join your hands at your heart, back to mountain pose. Pause a moment, allow a few breaths to tune in. Before we enter our yin part of the practice, I invite you into a couple of breathing or pranayama practices. But let's set the tone with the music here. So find a comfortable way to sit before we enter our restorative and yin postures. And we'll start with 1 minute of bellows breath or Bhastrika Pranayama. As you might know, not only does bellows breath help to cleanse the lungs and awaken energy, but it also is known to help clear the clouds of the mind. If you're feeling sluggish mentally or confused, it can help to uplift yourself from those so-called clouds. So bellows breath is practiced by inhaling deeply into your lungs and belly and exhaling just as deeply out through your nose. All of the breath comes in and out through the nose, so the mouth is closed. If you'd like to add a physical movement that is also energizing, a kriya, you can bend your elbows apart while relaxing the shoulders, elbows to the height of your shoulders. Make fists with your hands. And as you breathe in, straighten your arms overhead and spread your fingers. And as you breathe out, rebend your elbows and refist your hands. And you might be closing your eyes, directing your gaze towards your third eye center to help you focus. So it looks somewhat like this. So take a brisk pace that you can sustain for hopefully 1 minute. If you need to rest, of course, rest and then restart. Try to make it rhythmic. All right, prepare to begin. 1 minute of bellows breath, Bhastrika Pranayama. Ready? Go. And relax. Rest for a moment, breathing naturally, and observe how you feel. Making the conscious transition to a more yin energy, let's begin the practice of alternate nostril breathing, or Nodi Shodhana Pranayama, where you place the left hand on your lap, perhaps in a mudra. You might choose Pran Mudra if you're looking for energizing. It looks like a peace sign with a palm face up. Or for grounding, bring the thumb and first finger to touch and place the palm face down. Place the right hand in Vishnu Mudra, sticking out thumb, pinky, and ring finger. Continue to breathe just through your nose, so lips are closed. But this time, make it a very slow and soft, quiet breath. We're going to use the right thumb to close the right nostril like this, and the right ring and pinky fingers to close the left nostril like this. Alternate nostril breathing. Let's practice 3 cycles together, then 2 cycles on your own. Prepare to start by emptying this breath. Hold it out. Right thumb, close right nostril. Inhale slowly through left. Hold it in. Close left. Exhale gently through right. Hold it out. Inhale slowly through right. Hold the breath. Close right. Exhale gently through left. Hold it out. Cycle 2. Inhale through left, filling up belly, side ribs, collarbones. Hold the breath. Close left. Exhale through right, softly. Hold the breath. Inhale through right, belly, side ribs, upper chest. Hold it in. Close right. Exhale gently through left. Hold the breath. 3rd cycle. Inhale left. Hold. Close left. Exhale right. Hold. Inhale right. Hold. Close right. Exhale left. hold. Continue on your own, 2 more cycles. Taking your time, when you finish, sit and once again, breathing naturally, observe how you feel. Now let go of regulating the breath from here, but stay aware of the breath. Invite you into a restorative spinal twist, placing your pillow to trace the midline of your mat against the front edge of your mat like this. Have a seat with your right outer hip flush against the back edge of the pillow, extending both of your legs towards your left wall. Keep your right leg where it is and slide your left foot towards the rear of your mat, creating an L shape out of your legs. Place your hands along the left and right sides of the pillow and turn your chest completely to face the front edge of your mat, adjusting your pelvis and legs so that you can comfortably do that. You might gently swivel the right hip back or bend the knees. Now begin to lower your belly onto the pillow. If it feels like the pillow is too low, add your blanket, add your blocks. You could put a block under the furthest end of the pillow to create an incline. You could put a block under your forehead to lie face down. We're going to be here. I'll watch the clock for 2 more minutes before we switch sides. So make any last little adjustments in order for your body to feel as comfortable as possible, to be still and relax into what is physically holding your body here. Doing as little to no effort as possible. Feel the next breath release before you begin pressing your fingertips into the ground. And gently lift your head. Leave the props as they are. As you slowly rise to sit with both of your legs extended towards the rear of your mats. Sitting in Dandasana or stick pose for a few breaths. Notice any sensations that might be shifting. Keeping your right foot where it is, slide your left leg to your left, 90 degrees, facing your right wall. Create an L shape so that your left outer hip is now flush against the back edge of the pillow. Frame the pillow along the left and right sides with your hands, turning your chest completely to face the front of your mat. Adjust your pelvis and legs to comfortably do that. And begin to lower your belly, making any adjustments with your props so that your body can again relax in stillness for 2 minutes here. So the practice of Pratyahara, which is the 5th limb of the 8 limbs of yoga, is turning your attention inward. Allowing whatever's happening around you and outside of you to be less and less interesting, so that what is happening within you becomes more and more interesting. And this is beyond what's happening physically within you too. So you're even letting go of focusing on the sensations in the body or the thoughts in the mind. You're tuning into the deeper self within. We'll delve deeper into this practice, like I said, during our guided meditation at the end. Now, sense the next breath. Release completely before you slowly begin to press your hands into the ground and lift your head. Slowly lift your torso. Come all the way up to sit again with both legs extended in front of you in stick pose. Pause. Allow a moment to just let your spine unwind. Now let's set the pillow aside where you can reach it when you're lying on your back. Place a strap near the back edge of your mat as well, within reachable distance. And come on down to your back. Bend your knees and step your feet on the floor so they're about as wide apart as your hips. Rotate your right thigh externally at your hip, and as you flex the right foot, cross the ankle over your left thigh, creating a figure 4 shape. Press your right hand against your top inner right thigh, gently splaying it open, close to your hip bone, not close to your knee. As you rest both shoulders on the ground, root your left hip into the floor as well. Notice how your body is responding to this variation of thread the needle. Feel free to stay here or to explore threading your right hand between your thighs and with two hands holding your left thigh or shin and slowly bringing your left leg towards you while you nudge your inner right thigh to continue to splay open, flexing your right foot. Notice how this feels in your body. If you can see that your right calf is 5 inches or less close to your chest, you might opt to go into supine single pigeon pose, in which you cradle your right sole of the foot and your right knee between the crooks of your elbows like you're carrying a baby. Keep flexing your right foot and then straighten the left leg forward flat on the floor. Whatever variation of the pose you chose to continue with, sense the way your body is letting you know if this is what it needs. Listen to that. We'll be here for about 30 more seconds. From here, bend your right knee into your chest. Balance your hips so that they're equidistant to your armpits. The sides of your torso, left and right, are equally long. Take the strap and step the ball of your right foot into it. Maybe the loop of the strap, if there is one. Hold the strap with two hands and kick into it with your right foot flexed as you give yourself enough slack in the strap to ground your shoulders. Flex your left foot too and spiral the inseam of your left leg slightly towards the ground. Now breath, just allow the breaths to be natural as you slowly bring the right leg towards your chest. Adding a slight compression into your right lower belly where it meets your thigh. This is a supine version of hand to big toe pose, Supta Utthita Hasta Parangushtasana. About 10 more seconds here. Remove the strap and stretch both legs forward. Raise the arms overhead and point the toes out of flexion. Maybe gently shake your head no, feeling your neck and its sensations. Now step your feet on the ground again about hips width apart, knees bent. Rotate your left thigh externally at the hip. As you flex your left foot, cross the ankle on your right thigh like a figure four shape. With your left hand, gently press away the top inner side of your left thigh, close to your hip, not close to your knee. Notice what sensations you're encountering. Your shoulders relax on the floor. Sense if your body wants to be in this variation longer. Or thread your left hand between your thighs. Catch your right leg with two hands and slowly bring it closer. Nudging your left thigh open, continue to flex your left foot. If you're taking the second version of thread the needle, observe how your body is responding. Is this where it wants to stay? Or if your left calf is 5 inches or less closer to your chest, you might come into supine single pigeon pose. where you cradle the sole of your left foot and your left knee between the crooks of your elbows like you're carrying a baby. Keep flexing your left foot. Then straighten your right leg forward, flat on the ground. Draw your left outer hip forward towards your inner right heel, just like we did to the lifted leg in tree pose, standing up. Now we'll be in the version you're in for another 30 seconds. Bend your left knee towards your chest and level out your hips so that they're equidistant to your armpits again. Now take the strap, step the ball of your left foot into it, flex your left foot and kick it into the strap as you pull the strap with two hands, extending your left leg upright. Flex your right foot too and spin the inseam of your right thigh slightly towards the floor. And then take your time bringing the left leg closer and closer to your capacity. Observing your body here for about 10 more seconds. Remove the strap and bend your knees together into your chest. Maybe rocking side to side, forward and back, circling the legs, or happy baby. Let's prepare to set up in supported shoulder stand by placing your blocker pillow underneath your sacrum, your lower back. So set your feet on the ground so you can lift the pelvis off the ground and slide the prop under. Once that prop is comfortably supporting your pelvis and lower back, then lift your legs up and relax your legs and feet as much as you can. Maybe resting your palms face down on your belly to invite the feeling of grounding. You might even close your eyes here as we stay for 30 more seconds, preparing for Shavasana. Gently step your feet on the ground, pause a moment. Lift your hips, remove the prop from under you. Once more, draw your bent knees together into your chest. And this time, giving yourself a hug, maybe lift the head and shoulders as you close your eyes. Let the breath into your nose slowly, as if you could fill up your whole body with it. Hold the breath in and maybe hug yourself a little tighter with love. When you're ready, open your lips and allow your feet to splay apart wider than your hips distance. This is where you might use the pillow and place it under the backs of your knees for lower back support. As you turn your palms up beside your thighs, slide your shoulder blades down your back, lengthen your tailbone forward towards between the knees. Relax your neck and feel your head just be heavy. Now we begin a guided deep relaxation of practicing Pratyahara, transitioning into the practice of Pratyahara. This was written by Nischala Joy Devi. Experiencing the senses and awareness drawing inward. This is a profound relaxation practice for bringing in all of the outward sensual consciousness. We begin with a physical body, then move to the breath, thoughts, and emotions. Make any last little adjustments to your body so that you can be here throughout our 10 minutes of meditation, including Shavasana with it. Now with your body still, begin to take in a few deep breaths. Notice how still the body and breath become as they relax. Observe the breath without controlling it now, as it comes and goes without any strain. Guide this gentle breath to bring all sensual awareness from the feet, ankles, lower legs, knees, thighs, hips. Relax. Guide this awareness to withdraw from the fingers, hands, wrists, forearms, elbows, upper arms. Let go of holding awareness in the hands and arms or shoulders. Relax. Do the same with the buttocks and pelvis. Allow the abdomen to soften. And imagine the chest, lungs, heart, and throat relaxed. Gently allow the awareness from the base of the spine to slowly rise up through the middle spine to the upper spine. Relax the shoulders and allow the neck to be an open connection between the heart and the head. Relax. Experience the sensations as the body retreats. The head holds most of the organs of the senses. Gently relax the jaw and withdraw taste and speech from the mouth. Withdraw smell from the nose. Allow the eyelids and the eyes to soften, moving toward the inner sight. Relax the forehead and tune the ears to the inner sounds. Relax the entire scalp and bathe the brain with relaxation. Allow the gentle breath to relieve the mind and emotions of all movement. Relax. Slowly bring the awareness to the gentle breath as it enters and leaves the body. As it enters, feel yourself drawing deeper within. As it leaves, feel yourself letting go of all holdings. Notice a lightness and a feeling of distancing from the body, mind, emotions, and all worldly cares. Begin to go further within, to look for that place of stillness, peace, and joy. This is the dwelling place of your divine self. Tune into this for the next 5 minutes of silence. Slowly and gently bring the awareness back to the breath. Begin to increase the inhalation and feel that the senses have been purified and strengthened. Begin to feel them awakening to a relaxed body and a calm mind. As you continue with this practice of pratyahara, your senses will become accustomed to drawing inward. It will become effortless to prepare the mind and emotions for deeper practice. If you have time to stay resting, lying down, feel free to stay longer and allow a longer shavasana. Otherwise, if you'd like to close the practice with me, gently begin to turn over to one side. Find the easiest way for you to lift your body upright, coming into a comfortable seat and joining your hands together at your heart. Sense the way you feel physically, energetically through the breath, and mentally, emotionally. Acknowledging something you appreciate right now. Come back to your intention that you set for this practice today. Remembering it, also remember to whom or what you dedicated this practice. In closing, let's join our voices in chanting Om 3 times. Inhale deeply. Bowing in, acknowledging the divine self within. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.